Hello and welcome to this back to school edition of Inside Education. We normally take you inside of our classrooms of our Mobile County Public Schools, but today we want to get you ready for a new school year, as well as tell you some of the fun things our students have been doing this summer. So let's start with the new school year, of course. About 53,000 students will return to classrooms around the county on August 4th. That is the first day of the 2022-2023 school year. You can find information like the full school year calendar, bus routes, student registration, required forms, and the attendance policy at mcpss.com. Now, one new change this school year, of course, is a shift from block scheduling to a modified period schedule in high schools. Under the new scheduling system, high school students will have 2 rotating schedules of shorter classes, which will span the full school year instead of longer classes that lasted just a semester under the block system. Mobile County Public Schools Child Nutrition Program will also continue to offer breakfast and lunch at no charge this year. This is, of course, all thanks to the USDA community eligibility provision. Now, for more information about the start of the school year, we want to welcome Terrence Mixon, the district's Executive Director of Student Support Services. Mr. Mixon, what's the main thing parents need to know as school opens?
I think the one thing that we want parents to remember first and foremost is that we need your students at school on the very first day of school on time. Attendance is so important. Instruction begins day one, whether that instruction is about the logistics of being in school, how to submit homework, policies and procedures of the school. Instruction begins day one. And it's so important that we have all of our students in school on time every day. Whenever there's a day's absence for any of our children, instructional time is lost, and it's so difficult to make that time up. So the one thing that I would definitely encourage parents to do is send your students to school and send them every day prepared and ready to learn.
Can you remind us what the district's attendance policy is?
Yes, our attendance policy is different for our elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools. 8 excused absences are allowed for high school students, and that number is 10 for our elementary and middle school students. Anything beyond that would require additional documentation, be it a doctor's note, if there has been some type of death in the family or sickness of a family member, those may also be excused. But beyond those numbers of 8 in high school and 10 in our elementary and middle schools, we will need some documentation.
What do parents need to do to register if they haven't already?
Okay, online registration remains open. It's open now. Hopefully, all of our new parents have made some contact with the schools for which they are zoned to attend. Those schools can answer all of those questions. Online registration allows you to type in your child's name, any of their demographic information like address, birthdays. They may also submit documents online, proofs of residence, a utility bill, or birth certificates, social security cards. All those things may be submitted online. However, there is still a need to go up to the school in most cases, pick up your schedules. We do issue laptops to all of our students. That would need to be distributed from the school. And also any school-specific information like the local school handbook or any policies and procedures that the school may have, as well as getting that school's uniform policy. Everything that our new parents need is right at the school level, and our administrators and others can take care of all of your needs right at the school.
And where can parents find information about transportation and bus routes?
All of our transportation routes should be available at the school. Well over 20,000 of our students ride buses every day. The school is again the repository to get all of that information for bus routes. They can tell you where the stops are, what time to be at the stop, and what time your students will return to the stop to be dropped off. The first few days, it may take a little bit more time as we make adjustments because, again, transportation is based on numbers, and sometimes bus routes are adjusted based upon the participation that we have with students riding buses.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mixon. And as he mentioned, of course, you can visit the district's website, mcpss.com, for all of that information and, of course, much more. Students at Fondy Elementary already getting their first day of school out of the way. There were a few first-time jitters, of course, for the pre-K students, but for the most part, the day was a success with students settling in just fine. School was out for these students for just a few weeks as they're in all session all year round, but as you can see, they were excited to be back in the classroom with their teachers and their friends. Several Mobile County public schools are welcoming new principals this year. Many of those are former assistant principals who have moved up to fill vacancies left by retirement, while a few are principals who have moved from one school to another. Best of luck to all these leaders in their new positions this school year. You've probably heard before, if we don't learn history, we'll repeat it. Students at Clark Shaw have the chance to learn why that's so important.
We start the year learning some basic like problem solving, how to debate, basically how to create an argument. And when kids hear argument, they think about brother-sister argument. So we have to, I try to take the opportunity to distinguish that this is an academic argument where you're picking a side and you're going to defend it with facts. This is our third year to participate. Clark's always been science fair driven. Well, we had the opportunity to start participating with the History Day program. I feel like that history kind of teaches why we do math and why we do science and who were the people that started those things. My regular history class, we learn about ancient civilizations. And then I have my elective class to do the more critical thinking analysis of different topics. And so this opportunity gives students to really dive in and see more than just the surface level kind of that they receive in regular instruction. This gives them the opportunity to find the root of why something is happening, why there was a change, why someone was, created a movement among, whether it's anti-war protest, whether it's about religion. So what does that go back to? And it goes back to the history that we study.
If you were an 8th grader looking into Alma Bryant, this is something that I'd definitely check out if you wanted to come here as a high school, because our coastal studies is a pathway that's unique to us, and they have multiple opportunities that are just fun to get out and learn about the environment, fun to know how we affect our community and how we can work to better it. This is something, if maybe you're interested in, it's something to definitely look into when you're looking to high school or looking to some future career that you want.
Mobile County Public Schools, the place that has it all. We have 90 schools that include rural, urban, and suburban schools of various sizes. We are also home to Alabama's first public school. We welcome you to come join our winning team. Our district is led by the 2020 Superintendent of the Year, Mr. Cresel D. Threadgill. Our teachers are leaders in their profession who are afforded numerous professional development opportunities. Our principals are collaborators and encouragers. Our schools are leading in innovation and instruction. And most importantly, our students, who are learning today, leading tomorrow, are simply the best. If you want to live in a historically rich city near beautiful beaches with superb Southern hospitality, we invite you to come teach with the best. Team MCPSS.
Welcome back to Inside Education. LeFlore High School is being restored as a magnet school for the 2022-2023 school year. But what does that mean? Bringing focus back to the arts. LeFlore Principal Dr. Antonio Williams joins us now with more information. Thanks for being with us. First, tell us about the changes coming to LeFlore.
LeFlore is embarking upon several changes right now, all for the good. I'm very excited about the things that we have going on at LeFlore. Reincorporating our magnet program into our curriculum is something that we've looked forward to doing all year. We know that it's going to yield a lot of positive results because we have those students who would like to be challenged academically and pushed academically so they can be better prepared for life outside of LeFlore High School or life outside of high school in general. And so incorporating the Magnet program back into our school is going to yield a lot of positive results. We have teachers who will be attending training this summer who are preparing to be able to offer that rigorous instruction for those students. And so that program is going to be very beneficial to our school and to our community. In addition to reincorporating our Magnet program, we're also putting a lot of emphasis on our performing arts. LeFlore has a rich history when it comes to the performing arts, and we're just trying to make sure we go back and pay homage to that history as well as prepare our students for the future. And so a lot of students who may be interested in the drama, the speech and debate, the singing, the music, we're going to be putting emphasis on all those programs back at LeFlore High School.
And why would you say this change is needed? What is your vision for the school?
Yeah, I think a change was needed because although we were doing a pretty good job with educating students, status quo had begun to kind of creep in a little bit. And so we felt like change was needed to galvanize our efforts towards becoming a school of excellence in all categories. We started talking about the vision I have for LeFlore. We have a vision of rediscovering excellence. And with that, we want to make sure that every single thing that we're doing of excellence. We don't want just an excellent basketball team or excellent band. We want excellence in academics. We want excellence in the arts. We want excellence in academics and culture. And so we're just trying to make sure that everything that we do is done to a level of excellence and not just doing the minimum.
What are some of the programs students will find at LeFlore?
So we have a lot of programs that we're going to be implementing at LeFlore this year. We actually have a 2-year process in which we plan on incorporating new programs to our school. This year we're going to put a lot of emphasis on performing arts as well as media entertainment. And so when we look at media entertainment, we're speaking of things such as broadcasting. We're going to be incorporating a broadcasting program back at our school. We're also going to be moving from a visual arts to a graphic arts, digital design. So those things will be incorporated this year, as well as we're bringing back theater. We're bringing back our core music department. We're going to be putting emphasis on other performing arts areas, such as speech and debate, as well as concert band, symphonic band, things of that nature.
Who can come to LeFlore, and when is the application period?
Yes, so our application period has closed for the Magnet program right now. However, we will have applications open up again for next year for those students who may be interested. Those students need to maintain a great GPA, no discipline issues, great attendance in school. And so if you missed out this year, there will be opportunity to join next year. There are also other opportunities to transfer to LeFlore High School. And so you can speak with your school counselor, or you can visit the school and speak with myself or NRS counselors at LeFlore High School.
Great information. Thank you so much, Dr. Williams, for sharing your time with us today, and good luck with the upcoming school year. MCPSS TV will air its high school football game of the week on Fridays this fall. The schedule opens up on August the 19th at 7 p.m. with the annual championship of Pritchard Viger versus Blunt. Al Whedon and Corey LeBounty will call the action. You can find the game of the week on Comcast Channel 15, Mediacom Channel 81, AT&T UVerse Channel 99, Facebook Live, YouTube, or MCPSSTheWire.com. Check the district social media pages each week for the rest of the schedule. Mobile County Public Schools is committed to preparing its students for not only college, but careers in the workforce. Among its resources are 3 standalone career technical centers: Bryant Career Tech Center, Faulkner Career Tech Center, and the Centinel Center for Advanced Technology. These centers offer hands-on training in a variety of fields. One new program added last year at Bryant Career Tech was manufacturing. Under the guidance of instructor William Clark, a former Mercedes employee, the new program launched with an ambitious project, boat building. The students created the components, boats themselves, using computer-guided router and cutting machines. They then assembled the pieces for the 9.5-foot wooden vessel, finishing it off with a beautiful paint job.
Well, we wanted to do something. We're here close to Bala Battery, and we wanted to kind of do something that was maybe familiar to the kids. something that might pique their interest, because a lot of them fish, a lot of them are outdoors, a lot of them parents do oyster, crab, whatnot. So we decided to try something on a whim to see if they would enjoy it, something that they would relate to. So we decided on the boat, and the kids have really taken to it. They really enjoy it.
I mean, it's been pretty good. I mean, when I found out we was building a boat, I was happy because I like to go fishing a lot with all my friends. So I was pretty excited when we started building it.
This year, another new program is being launched at Faulkner Career Tech Center Aviation. For more information about that program, check the school's website, faulknerctc.com. A former Viger student retires as a Master Sergeant in the Marines and chose to have his retirement flag flown over Mobile County Training School in Africatown. Jeremy Singleton explains why this location was so important to him.
Today is the raising of my retirement flag. So in the Marine Corps, we have the opportunity to have our flag flown wherever we want to. So I chose Africatown, USA, in Mobile, Alabama. I was born in Mobile. I have a lot of family here in Africatown. So this was a moment that I chose. And big, so my grandmother's 95. I don't think she'll be able to travel to my retirement ceremony in New Orleans, Louisiana, so I picked this spot so she can be here. This symbolizes so much, all of those who have fought and died before us and the ones of the future. So that flag means a lot. That's why we raise it every day. That's why we salute the flag. So having that flown here and that being mine now, it means a lot.
Master Sergeant Singleton says he plans to enjoy more time with his family now that he is retired from the military. An after-school program at Scarborough is proving to be a success for students. Project SMART has a summer component, so it's extended into the summer. Here's a look at what it offers.
3, 2, let's go. 1.
Project SMART is a after-school program where we received a $600,000 grant through the 21st Century program. Our kids come at 2:40 every day after school, and they have 1 hour of enrichment and 1 hour of academics, where they get help with science, social studies, reading, and math. And the second hour, they have enrichment where they get to do activities such as the VR headsets, music studios, we have culinary, we have a gaming room, we have archery, we have fitness, we have gardening, we have so many activities for the kids.
Click confirm. All right, what does it say now?
They love it. They come, they're achieving in academics, their grades are going up, they're doing well on iReady reading diagnostics. So the program is an awesome program for our school, and we're so happy to have it.
This is a program for any middle school student who's actually behind. This opportunity offers kids a chance to do 2 grades in 1 year.
If it wasn't for Star Academy, I would still be in 8th grade and probably still struggling.
We are one-on-one. We have small classrooms, and we're able to give students that personal touch, that personal attention.
I know I'm coming to see good teachers, good attitude, and also they're here to teach us what we need to learn.
At any given time, trauma can happen.
And how we deal with it. And how we make peace with it.
Starts with me.
With Project Thrive, I'm taking the pledge.
I pledge to believe and support others experiencing trauma.
Will you join Project Thrive and its team of partners who are working together to address issues of trauma? Take the pledge, take a stand, and let's make Mobile a trauma-informed community.
When we say Bishop State Community College is a great place to start, we really mean it. Want to major in psychology, engineering, criminal justice, English, history, or something else? Take your general education courses with us, then transfer your credits to the 4-year university of your choice. Want to learn a trade and go straight into the workforce? We have the programs and the trainings to help you land a high-wage and high-demand career. Save time and thousands while conveniently taking classes safely online or on campus. Register now, bishop.edu.
Hello, welcome back to this back to school edition of Inside Education. It's been nothing short of a good summer for our students. Students from all over Mobile spent the first month of the summer brushing up on their reading and writing skills during the district's summer literacy camp. The goal of the camp is to help boost testing scores and reading proficiency. Here's a look at camp at Kate Shepard.
All right, you ready for the next one? Break. Grab it.
This year, our theme is Read Around the World. Our students will vicariously travel to a new location each week where they will have the opportunity to learn about the culture and traditions. They will even get to sample foods from each destination. Our goal is to close achievement gaps and to prevent the summer slide in a fun and engaging way.
Ready? Grab it. 12.
Based on the Alabama Literacy Act, students that have been identified with a consistent reading deficiency have been invited to our reading camp this summer.
So what's our first vowel? A. What's our second vowel? I.
Because of COVID, everyone seems to be a little behind. So this camp, we hope, will ultimately boost the scores and their reading proficiency so they will be ready to move to the next grade level.
Cadets from around the county learned about the maritime industry at the JROTC STEM Leadership Academy this summer. About 150 cadets visited local industry sites, tested their STEM skills and a series of maritime-related projects, and went through a series of leadership challenges, including rappelling and drown-proofing. The week-long residential camp was based at Spring Hill College. MCPSS was recently awarded a $6 million federal grant to expand the program for other districts. The first replication camp for students around the state, the Wiregrass JROTC STEM Leadership Academy, was also held this summer. The Environmental Studies Center spent the summer teaching young children about the animals that live right here in our backyards. Here's a look at their hands-on learning.
Dr. J and I decided that we wanted to do a program that included 3, 4, and 5-year-olds and their parents to explore about animals and learn about animals that live around here. We also do certain days. Today is Woodland Animal Day, and so we're going to explore about all of the animals that live in Mobile County and some of the animals here at the Environmental Center. We're going to see the deer, the raccoons, the different birds like the hawks and eagles. What is this one? This one is another hawk, a red-tailed hawk. This gives them, a base to work on. It's just a 2-hour class, and so we're working hard, just to, introduce them into different educational materials. We do some crafts and those kinds of things, and explore questioning and answering and that kind of stuff, so that the children, can learn a little bit more about animals.
Little Animal Explorers is one of many programs done during the summer by the Environmental Studies Center. Be sure to keep up with all activities on social media. And just as the learning doesn't stop over the summer, neither does the work in Mobile County Public Schools cafeterias. The system offers a summer feeding program in schools around the county, providing meals to students who may have food insecurity at home. Some cafeterias, like the one at Collins Road Elementary, prepares meals to be handed out at several different locations.
The first month we feed the literacy camp here at Collins Road Elementary, and the ages from pre-K all the way up to 18 school-age kids for the walk-ins lunch. And also we cater to Chastain, Viger, Blunt for their summer school program. It's a getaway from the house to where some kids don't have their summer activities. They can come in and they can eat. And some kids are not fortunate to have the food there, and it helps a lot with the mothers with their pocketbook. I wouldn't be doing this job if it didn't make me feel good. I love preparing, and this is going into my second year as the new manager. This is something new to me as well, and I love what I do, and I love the kids. It's all about the kids, and I'm really enjoying this new position.
Mobile County Public Schools is grateful to the dedicated cafeteria workers who make this program work year-round. And that's all we have time for on this Back to School edition of Inside Education. Again, we wish all parents, teachers, and students the best of luck on a new school year.
Pre-K in the Mobile County Public School System started in 1988. So Just 4 started with maybe around 10 or 12 classrooms for 4-year-olds, but then we realized that there was a need throughout Mobile County, and not everyone had the ability to drive into Just 4, but trust me, people were trying to get to Pre-K. It was a great program.
Just 4 is one of the only schools, I think there may be two other centers that service only 4-year-olds. And the uniqueness of that is that we have the opportunity to focus solely on the social, emotional, and educational development of 4-year-olds. These things are so critical so that we can have them prepared for when they leave here and go on to kindergarten at various schools. We service kids from all over Mobile County Public Schools districts, so we're not zoned for any particular area, so we have the opportunity to deal with children from multiple districts within the county. We actually have 16 regular education classrooms, as well as 2 special education blended classrooms. And those classrooms the blended classrooms work to support our special education students, as well as provide the opportunity for our peer mentors or peer models to come in and serve as role models.
It's a crucial benefit for our kids. Most of our children have attended some type of daycare, but most of them have not attended a really structured type of setting, been in a classroom. So for our babies, it just gives them a leg up because they have a whole year of experiences in pre-K before they start kindergarten. You can tell the difference between our children who have had that year of experience in a pre-K program and those who have not. So you get to the kindergarten setting and you have typically either 3 different groups of children. You have children who've never been to school at all, not to daycare, not to school. Then you have the children who have been to daycare and then to pre-K, and then you have our babies who've been to pre-K and then entering kindergarten. And there's a huge difference in those children. Those babies who have that pre-K experience, again, it's such a structured play is what it is. You know, they think that everything they do in that classroom is fun and is play, but it's very thought out, very well planned. And those kids with that experience, you know, they've had time with computers, they've had time learning how to line up. They're just a whole year ahead of their peers who don't have that experience. So huge benefits for our children.
Having a free program of this caliber for your child to attend, I mean, why wouldn't you want to be a part of it? It's outstanding. All of the educators have early childhood teaching certificates. All of the auxiliary teachers in the classroom have early childhood background. Everybody attends professional development. We have 2 adults to 18 children. It's a phenomenal program.
The partnership is necessary because we've got to all work together. Whether you are a standalone facility, whether you are Head Start, Mobile County Public School System, that partnership is essential to our children, and that's what this is all about. It's about our children. It's about them having quality programs, because when they do well in pre-K, we know the data, we know what the studies show, that those students are more likely to graduate and graduate on time. And those students are also going to be more adjusted and ready to serve, ready to lead, and ready to learn.